Hi. How's it going, folks? Welcome in. Brownie, thank you so much for that sub already. You are very kind. Oh, I'm getting myself situated here. Gotta clean off my glasses. Steph, hello. Welcome in. How's it going? Good to see you. How was your ice carving stream earlier? Hope it went well. Gotta clean off my glasses. They're filthy. Oh. I am pooped. I'm tired. But everything is all right. How are you guys? Got some nice solid cubes. Wonderful to hear. Always good to hear that. Nice. Final wards are great. I never know if it's final ward, final ward. I don't actually know how to pronounce that properly. I suppose it depends on where you're from, but they're fantastic. I think those were one of the first last word variants I've had, and they're really, really good. I haven't made one in a long time, though. Haven't made a last word variation in a while. Maybe I should revisit that. But hi, how's it going? I am a little flustered because I just got back from playing tabletop RPG. About once a month we meet up with a group of people and we play 13th Age. Think D&D 4th Ed, but with a lot looser rules, different kind of world set, world setting, and less role specific. It's less of a tactical game and more of a role-playing game. It's more about describing things and how they happen as opposed to... And telling a joint story as opposed to breaking it all down into, mechanical skills, as it were. But it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot. Also, since I don't think mods are here yet, let's get this done. And I'll have a mod shout you out later on as well, but... If you're hanging out and you haven't followed Master Steph before, you should. Fantastic streamer. Great at the fighting games. Also great at the cocktails. So, check him out. On the docket for tonight. Oh, not at all. It is well deserved. Excuse me. I don't even have any tissues up here. It got cold, by the way. It was like a relatively mild 13 earlier, 13 degrees Fahrenheit. It's now about 7. It probably dropped even further, probably around 5. It's cold. It's cold out there. Sniffling. Definitely need more water as well, because I was talking a lot. So that's what gets me about those sessions. I love playing in them. They're a lot of fun. I always have a great time, and our group is very, very much, if it's fun and silly, we'll figure out a way to do it. I don't even know if I could describe what actually happened today in session. We have this kind of multi-dimensional battle wagon on the world we're on is, these meteors crashed down that had this star metal in it, and it's kind of radioactive and causing things to act weird. And then there are a whole bunch of factions that are fighting over whether it should still be here, whether we should destroy it all, a whole bunch of stuff like that. And we're trying to kind of rebuild the world a little bit after this calamity. At the very least, figure out something, right? Figure out some way of living in this world that has been harmed in such a way. And we have this battle wagon, as we call it. It's basically a tank that is slightly interdimensional. It's weird and complicated, but basically the person we have, who is also super powerful or whatever else, but doesn't know how the world works very well, basically let it get stolen. as we were arriving at a destination we had been trying to get to for a long time. And so we were now pulled away from that destination, and we had to fight some undersea battles with breathers and whatever else. And it was... there was a time when I used my... the mace that I have that actually is sentient. Most magical items are sentient in this world. That is sentient and used to be a spear until I put it into a mechanical T-Rex's head, and it now goes chompy, chompy, chompy. And I used that to grab onto the steering wheel of this tank that was stolen from us while wrestling for control of it, while holding him off and turning this speeding wagon into the giant turtle that was also fighting us, this giant armored turtle that was trying to bite all of us up. I understand. Welcome in, Moth. I think you would really like 13th Age if you haven't heard of it before. It's a fun setting. It is. And it really allows for a lot of kind of randomness. You can kind of make the story go wherever you want, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Very reminiscent of late night gaming sessions, late night caffeine fueled gaming sessions, perhaps on the upper floor of a building. Excuse me. Trying to think what else happened. There was a lot of stuff that ended up happening there. It's true. That is true. I am not the DM of this. I am playing a character. Baldric is his name because he is a commander and has lots of cunning plans. He initially was a little bit more Baldric-y. The reference is to Blackadder, by the way. If you aren't familiar with the show, you should watch it. It is a lot of fun. Also, one of the most heart-wrenching endings of any TV program I have watched. But everyone just calls him Sarge. And so the commander class in 13th Age is basically a warlord in 4th Ed. I'm not sure if there's an equivalent in 5th Ed. But basically, I am a martial class, and I can help... I am a utility character. I can use... on my turn, I don't do a whole lot. I can do some basic attacks, maybe some prep, but otherwise, my turn is spent on other people's turns, where I can help them, I can help give them a reroll potentially, or heal, or save, or whatever else, mostly by shouting at them. And so it started off as kind of a dumb character, but because we had taken a couple of breaks where we had a long time between sessions and I didn't remember a lot, also, the group of people that I'm playing with had previously played in a campaign in this same setting before, almost all together, and I'm the new person in the group. So they all have these memories of this previous campaign, even though they're playing new characters, that flavor-wise it made sense that Sarge doesn't remember a lot of things, even though he's one of the oldest people in the group, one of the oldest people that you know. He just doesn't remember anything, and so we are playing off of that as basically Sarge is a survivor, and one of the ways he survives is by blocking memories that he has, and he's actually fought with some of the powers that be, the Hobgoblin War Chief and that sort of thing, in the past, like on first name bases. So it's there. Basically, if we want to put it in the story, we put it in the story. That's what happens. Anyway, long, rambling way of getting to... I talked a lot today. I shouted a lot in a fun and playful role-playing way. And I am recovering from that. But that's okay. I'm happy to be here. Happy you guys are all with me here. And thanks for stopping by. Tonight... we've got a couple things on the docket. I don't have a ton planned. We're going to kind of figure out how much we want to actually get done. I might use this as a working stream, get a couple of tinctures finished or started, and kind of go from there. The first drink that I want to make tonight is I want to make a Sazerac and play with the base a little bit, play with the bitters a little bit, and see if I can come up with something really fun. Excuse me. I've been listening to a new podcast again. Since the cocktail competition started, and after I did all the testing for it, I had a very strong creative drive, very hyper-focused in one direction. Oh, Sazeracs are great. And, Steph, from your location, you probably have a strong feeling as to how it's made and all that sort of thing. Do you have a preference between rye and cognac? Or a split? What do you like in your Sazeracs? How do you like your Sazerac made? So I hyper focusing on the contest. I haven't had a whole lot of creative drive aside from that. Like I think about what I want to do outside of this competition that is still going on. We haven't found out the top 3 yet, and hopefully we will soon. Last year it took them 5 weeks to announce the top 3, and I'm really hoping it'll be a little sooner than that this time. But rye's a good choice. Rye is an excellent choice. I think I like cognac, or at least a split. I really like the fruit flavors that a cognac brings and the vanilla that a cognac brings, but I also love the pepper spice of the rye. So kind of depends on the day, but I think I lean a little bit more towards cognac, but I'm a Wisconsin boy, so I like my brandy. Oh, really? You should give it a try if you get the chance. You don't have to go super fancy on the cognac. I really like my Pierre Ferrand 1840. I get it. I completely understand. But I really like some of those notes that are pulled in. But I also feel like a Sazerac can get a little oak heavy, just like any whiskey cocktail can. I don't mind oak, I really don't, but I like having a little bit of a nuance in there, and a little bit more aromatic. Depending on the oaked ingredient, oak can really kind of bear down and prevent some of that aromatic quality from blossoming. Sorry, I keep on interrupting myself because I want to talk to chat. But I've been listening to a podcast. I've been listening to the Cocktail College podcast, which is hosted by Vinpair. Hello, Polar Bear. Welcome in. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. On the menu for tonight, we're actually just talking about that. So I've been listening to a podcast called The Cocktail College. It is a wonderfully produced podcast, very soothing to listen to, and they get expert bartenders to come in and do deep dives on some of their favorite cocktails. And so each episode is focused on one cocktail. And of course they did an episode on the Sazerac. Well deserved. Listening to that episode and listening to a couple of the other ones and how people are talking about how they really like, and I agree with this, I lean this way myself, really want to explore fruit brandies, eau de vies, that sort of thing more. I really want to try a split-based Sazerac with rye to give it that oak, to give it that spice, to give it that, whiskey character, and then combine it with something a little bit more floral, a little bit more fruity, like a pisco. So we're going to try a pisco and rye Sazerac, because I think that sounds very good. Oh, hello, Whiff and Pepper. Good to see you, and thank you so much for that lurk. Always a pleasure. I hope you are having a wonderful week. It's good to see you. But yes, feel free to lurk. No pressure to talk. But yeah, so we're going to make that split-based Sazerac. We're going to experiment a little bit. Maybe a little bit of pear brandy goes in there too. I love a pear brandy. That could be an interesting combo. Maybe I don't even use the pisco. We're going to kind of smell things and figure out how we want that aromatic to go. I did test this cocktail earlier in the week. I didn't give it the absinthe rinse, and I didn't actually make it like a Sazerac. I just kind of combined everything and stirred it down. But I think this could be quite tasty. The second drink. So last week we worked on a Wisconsin cocktail. I'm still working on that. That is going to be a. By the way, am I actually vertical or is everything tilted a little bit? I feel like things are tilted a little bit. Give me a second. Because I have to take down my setup every time. I always feel like once I do that, things get a little skewed. Does that look more vertical? That looks more vertical. Thank you for the patience while I manually adjust my camera like that. Take a look at this. Does this feel a little bit better? I think so. I think that feels a little bit more... Yeah, I think that feels a little bit better. Let me know if I seem to be askew. I am happy to change that. But last week we were working on a Wisconsin cocktail. I talked about ginseng a little bit and about making a ginseng tonic syrup and then making a gin and tonic with the ginseng. See, that's the thing, though. It's because the camera's at a slight angle. I appreciate you saying something. Thank you. So the camera is at an angle going this way. Yeah, probably because... Yeah, exactly. I think this works, though, as... Here's the reference that I use. Is this vertical? Because this isn't even level, necessarily, because the floor is slightly slanted. But if this line is vertical, then generally I consider it to be vertical. But yeah, I think this works better. And yeah, I consider that line... That line seems a little tilted. Okay, which way? I have a bad eye for this, so I just kind of guess. Well, now I said something, so I have to fix it. I think that's probably better. That's probably closer, isn't it? Might be the... Yeah. That look a little better? I think that works pretty well. Now I'm not going to stop seeing this. I have actually stopped myself from streaming because I felt like I didn't get this right at one point. I would love to have a more permanent solution, but it's just not something that I can afford. Nope, I appreciate it. I wish it would just, like, snap. That a little better? Like that? I need to get up my protractor. All right. Thank you for coming out of your lurk for that. I really do appreciate it. I think that feels about right. Yeah, like I know that this line isn't parallel with the top, and I know that this line isn't parallel with the top, but they never will be. If you want me to, I can go back and we can redo this. If you're actually pulling up a grid, we might be able to figure this out. Oh, goodness gracious. Anyway, to continue, like, I can move. You just let me know. Looks fine. Sounds great. I agree. It's a good way to keep me occupied. Make me question my perspective. Question my senses. That will 100% keep me occupied. So we're going to take that gin and tonic, and we're going to add some dairy to it, because dairy is so there is, but it doesn't measure, like, I could measure levelness in here, but it wouldn't actually be level, because the floor itself is slanted. So, like, I could figure out how to make it relatively level, but not quite. I would love to add some dairy to your heart. Thank you so much for that sub, Kalino. I appreciate you. Welcome in, friend. How are you doing tonight? So, like, maybe. We do have to, we actually have to redo our shed this year, whether it has a studio in it or not. So, maybe we'll try to put something more permanent out there. We'll see what we can do. It's okay. Well, then how do you get your stream to look even? Oh, gosh. Do you have one of those, yeah, like, I don't need things to be perfect. I really don't. Most of the time, I can't tell if something's uneven unless I drop something and then it rolls all the way to the other side of the room. But, there you go. Exactly, whoever. But, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. And again, if it looks awkward, if I look at an angle, if I look too acute, we'll change things up. I don't want to be too acute for you. Dumb joke. We want to add some dairy to that Wisconsin cocktail, because why not? Why not add dairy to a cocktail based on Wisconsin? So, Colino, I do too, except that the risers on my shelves help keep them level-ish, but then they don't look level with the rest of the room, because the room itself is literally tilted. This is a 3-season portrait sticking out of my house, and it's not solid. It doesn't feel solid. The risers that I have underneath this, by the way, are magic cards. Sure, I get that. I understand that. I probably should do that then. I should force it to be a little higher on one side. But yeah, I just have old magic cards stuck under there because they're infinitely, like, not infinitely, but they're really modular, right? You can really dial it in by just 1 or 2 cards, and then compression, you can dial it in a little further. So I think it's fun. But yeah, anyway, that's the levelness of the stream. Wisconsin drink, dairy. We're putting dairy in it. We already have the carbonation. We already have the sweet. We already have the gin. Why not add a little sour? Why not add an egg white with the dairy? Why not make a Ramos Gin Fizz? So we're gonna make a Wisconsin Ramos Gin Fizz and see how it goes. I just realized that this stream is actually very New Orleans heavy, with the Sazerac and with the Ramos. I think it's Ramos and not Ramos. Anyway, I am bad at pronunciation. So we're going to try that out. I haven't decided if I want to use just lime, just lemon, a combination of both. We'll figure it out. We're going to work together on it. I think it's going to be a good time. And then I don't have a drink to make, like, as a third one. Usually I prepare 3. So we're going to wing it. We're going to figure it out. Maybe I'll pull up something from Instagram that I've seen that looks pretty tasty. Or maybe I will... there you go. Yes. I mean, Steph, I would love to have you on as a guest at some point. I don't know how to collab very well. I have done like one official collab on this stream, and that was a New Year's stream with Vile, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun streaming with Vile, but we kind of talked over each other a little bit, and there, like, one person made a drink, and the other person just sat there, then the other person made a drink, and the first person sat there. So we need to figure out a way to be a little bit more interactive. Or together, like actually talking some sort of interview or whatever else. But yes, I am very glad that you're here, and feel free to correct me on any of my technique. For the Ramos, we are going to, yeah, I would love to. That'd be a lot of fun. I would love to do that. Get Kid Yuki in here to provide us a dope soundtrack. I'd love that. That'd be great. Yuki, if you're out there, I can sing. I can't sing the way you sing. I can sing standards. I can't do any sort of high energy vocals. I'm all about that gravelly baritone. But yeah, so we'll figure that out. I am going to batch a cocktail tonight because I am meeting up with some friends tomorrow. You did not, Eliam. No one has redeemed a serenade. But I would love to serenade you if you would like me to. The channel points are right there. Love it. Love it. Got a choir going. Wyvern Pepper, thank you so much. I don't even have a drink yet. All right. I might go flat on this song because it's nope. We're gonna do it. All right. Music is off. Just a little short one, but we'll see how I do. I've been singing this one in the car every once in a while. But yeah, I might go flat on this. I am not Nat King Cole. I cannot sing like him, but I can sure try. So, one more drink of water, because of course I'm making myself nervous talking about it. Does it start? Does it start? I think it starts. Damn it. Give me a second. I just want to find out what that first note is. It is. All right. We're good? Not for LOVE, no. Unforgettable in every way. Wait, did I even screw it up already? Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far. Like a song of love that clings to me, how the thought of you does things to me. Never before has someone been more unforgettable in every way. And forevermore, that's how you'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. I don't have a big band to back me up, so I can't go and... It's just a repeat of that verse. But in the car when I sing it, I appreciate that. In the car when I sing it to myself, I usually drop the octave because it's just more comfortable, even though that's where it is. So, unforgettable in every way, and forevermore, that's how you'll stay, etc. Anyway, thank you for that redemption. I do enjoy singing. All right, let's make a drink, shall we? Box spoon. We'll need this to crack. Again, I don't remember what note it starts on, but sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Let's make this bougie. I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay. I ain't got nothing to live for. Looks like nothing's gonna come my way. It's always fun to sing that. It really is. Just get a little rumble in there. Now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder what Meehan's Sazerac specs are. Not that his are end all be all, but I haven't looked it up in a while. Let's just take a look at it. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. So there we go. Right? No, I know. That is a frustration, but it's okay. So let's start off the Sazerac by actually prepping our glass. I've got an atomizer here, which has AB on it. And AB stands for absinthe, so we're just going to spritz some absinthe right into the glass. Come on. There we go. A good coating of absinthe on the glass. AB does stand for alcoholic beverage. It could be anything in there. It could be anything at all. Now, let us start and make this. I'm going to use this straight rye whiskey finished in port barrels from 45th Parallel. Okay, not a problem. Wyvern, thank you so much for redeeming Serenade. I really appreciate you. And thanks for hanging out, helping me with my vertical issues, and have a wonderful night if I do not see you again. Thank you so much. Cheers. Absinthe. That is correct. If you're making this along with me, feel free to use whatever rye you want. We're going to use this. This is very fancy stuff. It is a limited release. I'm lucky to have a bottle, mostly because I work very close to their distillery. So I just drove over there. This is some Pisco. This is Quebranta single varietal Pisco. It is an unaged brandy. It is rested in non-reactive containers. But its flavor does change as it rests. Very fruity, very floral. An ounce. I used an ounce of each. 1 ounce of the Pisco. 1 ounce of the rye. Now, Peychaud's. We're going to do 3 dashes of Peychaud's. My bottle is about halfway full, which means that it's about the perfect dashing weight. When you use dashing bottles like this, they aren't accurate. Not in the same way that we want them to be. Because if the bottle is too full, you don't actually get enough force with the dashing motion to force enough liquid out to equal a dash. Same reason, if you only have a little bit in there, there's not enough liquid to really stop it coming out, and so you can actually get a really oversized dash. So right in the middle is about where you want to be. So we're going to do 3 dashes of that, and then let's go chamomile. I'm going to go... Let's go like, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's about 1 dash. Stick with that. If we need a little bit more floral, we can always hit it again. Oops. Hopefully that didn't crack. It did, but that's okay. We'll use it quick. My egg cracked already. That's right. Some cracked ice in here. Should be enough for now. Hello, Loriander. Welcome in. How's it going? Good to see you. How have you been? Trying to keep everything cold. We're just making a quick Sazerac. Getting those ice shards off of the bar top here. Clean it up a bit. Wasn't that nice? As if I planned it. If you were making this, doing well, thank you. Things are stressful, but otherwise things are going okay. I am happy to be here. I'm lucky to be here. Happy to be hanging out with all of you. So, it's okay. It is bound to happen. Oh, it is. Believe me, I understand. You really want to stir this down quite a bit, because this is as cold as the drink will ever get. It's not going to be on ice. I'm using pretty dense ice. I might have stirred a little bit longer. Oh, duh. I'm missing my sugar. You guys, I'm going to use a bar spoon of Demerara. You may need 2. Yes, I would. If I had the option to chill a glass in my office, I would. Ideally, everything would be chilled. Mixing glass, serving glass, everything. 2. Use 2 bar spoons of Demerara. Should be about a cube. It's about right dilution-wise. Just need a little bit more sweetness. That's right. That's better. That's perfect. Love it. This is just a 2-to-1 Demerara, by the way. Give this a good strain. I've already got my glass, as you can see, pre-rinsed with absinthe. Spritzed it out. Oh yeah, no, Steph is fantastic. Give it a good pour. I never use this glass for anything but Sazeracs, and that's okay with me. It's a very elegant glass. There we go. My favorite new bar tool, which is this cheese peeler, or this cheese slicer, I should say. Get ourselves a good chunk of lemon. Especially using rye, I think lemon is necessary. Look at that, perfect peel. Every time. Give it a good spritz right on top. Do not, for a lemon, I'm not going to rub it around the edge of the glass. I am going to leave it to the side, though. I think we actually kind of leave it like this, as we are taking a picture of it. Now let's get set up here, shall we? Yes, I agree entirely. This was $10 at Target, or $15 at Target. If you have the ability, it's a purchase that is well worth it. Something like that. Get those frills going that way. Coaster. I love using this hickory coaster that I made. Pick it up, put it down. Kind of get that lemon right there. Let's take a picture of this. Loriander, if you want to see what I've been up to, hit exclamation point BOTY. I've been working on entries for a home bartending competition. Not sure if I like the contrast, the yellow and yellow. Thank you, Loriander. I agree with you entirely, Kalina. Let me get this instead. I love the color, but I don't love the color with the peel, and I think the peel adds some texture to the picture. Something like that. Oh yeah, I like that just a little better. Perfect. I'll take it. Not a problem. Thank you. Always a pleasure to have you, Colino. All right. Dispose. Drink. Cheers, everyone. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for that lurk. The smell is fantastic. I love smelling absinthe. Even like, I would 100% use absinthe as like a one of those like scent dispersal units, like a Glade plug-in or something like that. I would love to have one of those filled with absinthe. You get a little bit of that kind of dried fruit smell that Pisco sometimes has. And that really works well with the port of that rye. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. You get a little brightness right up front with those the lemon peel. But then you just get this very aromatic, very complex drink. You get, again, you get a little bit of spice from that rye, but the rye is mellowed by the port barrels that it's aging in. So, this is a split base between a straight rye whiskey that was aged in port wine barrels, and then I split it half and half with Pisco, and it is delightful. I'm really enjoying it. I also did 3 dashes of Peychaud's and a dash of chamomile to really up that floralness right from that Pisco. You do get a good amount of oak in here, because again, that rye is strong. A smooth one. This is the one I used. Barsol Pisco, Quebranta, single origin. So very, again, very fruity. Yes, are you talking about the, it starts with a C, I can never remember the name of it. But it's actually a Verde or Verte. I've heard those are, I mean, that is fantastic as well. That one, I believe, is supposed to be a little bit greener. You get a little bit more of the fruit in it. This is aged a little bit longer, and even though it's not in a barrel, its flavors settle a little bit more. So you get, again, more of that kind of raisin, dried fruit quality, along with a little floral on top. Okay. That makes sense to me. But yeah. Well, thank you so much for popping by, Marie. That is fantastic. I hope you're doing well. I hope Chicago is treating you well. I'm glad you're feeling better, by the way. That had to be miserable. And I hope your travels are going well. Say hi to Chicago for me. I haven't been there for a long time. But, or long enough at least. But, cheers to you. Again, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Oh, no, don't worry about it, Lorander. You're fine. But cheers to you, Marie. Hopefully your old-fashioned is fantastic. And I hope the rest of your evening goes very well. I know you're not, but every time I think of traveling in that direction, I think of meeting up with the AA boys, and so I'm imagining you having an old fashioned with Andrew right now or Robbie, and it's a very interesting experience visually, like in my head, imaginatively. Oh, that's okay. Very chill stream today. Very chill. That's okay. It's okay. This is Valentine's Day weekend. One of the things I wanted to talk about, and it's just something glib that I've thought of, is, there are a ton of YouTube channels and everything else right now that are, putting out good cocktails for Valentine's Day, and they all have strawberry or rose in them and all that sort of thing. And those things are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. I've made similar things myself. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. The color is great. Heck, this drink is a wonderful kind of rosy color as well. So, yes, report back. I want to have a full detailed report on what you enjoy the most. And especially if you have any good recommendations of places to go after you're back from there. Because I always want to know where to go in cities. And I never do. I never know where to go. And then I always hesitate on going because I don't know where to go. But having some guidance would be appreciated. Thank you. I also know that my voice probably isn't carrying very well in a loud dive bar. Anyway, Valentine's. A lot of people are putting out these very fancy, very festive cocktails for Valentine's Day, and I think that's fine. There's nothing wrong with having a nice festive cocktail if that's what you want. But I just want to I almost screwed up real bad there. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I almost said you as well. If you're live streaming a bar hopping trip to Chicago, I want to watch that. Why am I streaming? That'd be so much better. I'm so awkward today. That's all right. Probably for the best. That is a chiller stream. There is an off note in here that I'm trying to figure out what the heck it is. It's not bad. It's almost musty, if that makes any sense. It's weird. I want to say it's the Pisco. Not that the Pisco is bad or anything like that, but I have gotten that. Yeah, and I have gotten that from Pisco before, but, in a Pisco sour or something like that, it tends to go away. Okay. See, I always thought that came from the egg white, so. Oh, not a problem. Get those gains. How's it going? Hopefully your exercise went well. I did some push-ups and squats today. I need to exercise more. This is a Sazerac. It is a Sazerac See, some people say that, though, Loriander. Some people say they get an earthy note. Earthy, musty note from an egg white sour. But, anyway. Either way, it's probably amplified by the pisco, and there's something in the rye that is amplifying it as well. Eliam, this is a Sazerac. Oh, nice. Very nice. Do you do, I want to say I got this from your Insta profile, but do you do bodybuilding as well, or is it just fitness? Agreed. I taste soap and cilantro, Loriander. I don't taste it pure soap. It's just not something that's pleasant to me, so I don't put fresh cilantro and stuff. Focus, lyrics. This is a Sazerac with a split base of a straight rye whiskey aged in port wine barrels and a single origin pisco. 3 dashes of Peychaud's, 1 dash of chamomile bitters, absinthe rinse, lemon spritz. No, you're good. No worries at all. I'm distracting myself. I am 100% distracting myself. It's partially because I had a drink at 13th age. That's okay. Okay, wonderful. I take it that kind of got put on hold. Are gyms available to you during the pandemic? Okay, there you go. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I envy those who can do that, who have the discipline to do that. I have a really hard time getting myself to do any sort of workout that isn't sport-based. I will play... Oh, wonderful. I'm glad that you're able to do that. It's a great thing to be able to do at home. And hopefully things open up sooner rather than later so you can go out and show off your stuff. So that is show off what you've worked so hard for. So that's wonderful. Like I said, I have a hard time doing any sort of like regimented exercise if it's not for a sport. Like if someone challenged me to a game of tennis or pickleball or even sand volleyball or whatever else, I will do it. I'll go out and play soccer with people, football. And I'll have a great time. I will run and run and run, and sure, I might get out of breath, but I don't care. I'll just keep on running. Like, it doesn't really stop me. But you put me on a treadmill or you put me on an exercise bike, and I just lose interest. And I'm sure it's something to do with my ADHD and whatever else. But it's something that's very hard for me to do. So even getting into a routine is hard. Oh, really? Well, so... I agree, team sports can stress me out if a large group of people are relying on me. But with racket sports, generally, it's me, and that's really it. You know what I mean? So. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. We can stop talking about it. I don't mean to trigger or offend. But I completely understand that. I really do. In high school... I was chubby, but I was never large. I was always tall, but I was still gangly, right? I felt that I was large, but that's because I was comparing myself to other people, and that's not good either. Once I went off on my own at college, I started gaining some weight, and nothing wrong with that, but just kind of go up and down and up and down. Oh, I can imagine. I can completely imagine that. Sure. But hey, that sport's not for everyone, you know what I mean? So. Oh, sure. Okay. 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 I know a bunch of people who have done martial arts. I have only done HEMA before, historical European martial arts. Mostly because a friend of mine, the person who actually who made my knives, has a HEMA study group up here where they practice Meyer's technique for longsword and rapier and that sort of thing. I did some fencing in college, Olympic-style fencing, and I really like that. Again, being tall helps, right? Because 6'8", really long reach, hard to get at me. But table tennis is a lot of fun as well. I am okay at badminton, but I'm not great. But I will play anyone in table tennis or tennis. Steph, if you ever visit this area of the country, please let me know. I will make you a drink and challenge you to a game of tennis. It has been a while since I've played tennis, but perfect. Love it. Oh, nice. I've never trained with a champion, but I have trained with some good players. I used to have a table tennis table in my basement, and then it kind of went to crap, even though I tried to maintain it, and we ended up getting rid of it. I mean, that's basically right. I mean, that's what Wimbledon is, right? You drink a Pim's cup in between each set. Oh, yeah. Spin is fun. When I play table tennis, I actually like playing very defensively, and I will stand behind the table a good, 5 feet or so, and I will just slice everything back. And you just gotta, it's just a touch thing. Again, I haven't done this for 4 years now, so who knows if I'm any good at it anymore. But when I used to play more, you just take the paddle and just chop at the ball. You get a great slice, have it just kind of float back over, and then just go every which way with whatever spin you put on it. And it's all defensive, right? They're going to slam it at you, and so you just touch it back, and you just keep going. You wait for them to miss hit, and then you come on up, and you, again, for me, use my long reach and slam it back at them. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, set of tennis, Pim's Cup, best garnish wins, set of tennis. Follow it up with a martini, I guess. A wee dram. Sounds like a fun time to me. Just keeping an eye on my phone. I have refreshed my phone and Instagram so much since they said they were done reposting. I just want to know. I just want to know who's in the top 3. It's okay. It's okay. We're all having a good time. I just need to stop thinking about it. While I'm sipping on this, why don't we bottle a cocktail? So, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be seeing some good friends. Yes! Oh, was this washed enough? Don't think so. Let me rewash it here. Or that might have just been ice in there. Loriander, in that Home Bartender of the World competition, the links on my Instagram take you to my submissions for that. It is through Home Bar Awards, and the actual competition is called Home Bartender of the Year 2021. The winner gets their cocktail on a bar in New York called Amor y Amargo, one of the top bars in the country. Oh, I get it. I understand that. And depending on, are you mostly doing local competitions, or are you trying more of these Instagram competitions, Eliam? I hope I have enough. I think I have enough. We'll see. Let's start with this. But we are going to batch up 4 of my local guides. Okay. Well, I've seen your stuff, Eliam, and I know for a fact that you'll get there. Your pictures are great. Your drinks are great. It's just a matter of getting the right combination and entering the right competition. I have no doubt that you'll participate in more and do well in more. Once again, this competition was based around Fernet. So, this drink has a lot of Fernet in it. Tomorrow I'm going to be seeing some friends who are visiting the area, and while they haven't specifically requested this, I would love to know their thoughts on it, and I value their opinion. So, I'm going to, again, batch 4 of these. The initial recipe is 1 1/4 ounces of Banal, 3/4 of an ounce of Fernet Branca, half ounce of Bitter Bianco, 1/4 ounce of Averna Amaro, 2 dashes of Trinity Bitters, and an orange twist. So, I agree entirely, Eliam. That's one of the reasons why I love streaming here, is because a couple of you make what I make, and it's really, really fun. If I was more organized, like Colino, I would have a menu open halfway through the week so you guys could get the ingredients that you need. That's 1, 2. Now we need 3 3/4. And that was a little light and I spilled some, so we'll make these heavy. There, a little heavier. Should be about right proportion-wise. But now my office smells like Fernet again. Just a little left. That's okay. Fernet Branca isn't too bad, cost-wise. Try to get everything in there that I can. And we'll clean this up. Alright, let's get our smaller portions in here already. I need Verna, which is down here. I don't mind the smell of Malort. The taste of Malort is what gets you. Each recipe calls for a 1/4 ounce, so 1 full ounce of Verna goes in here. Come on. It's hard to pour in the funnel, right? It's not like I'm pouring into a mixing glass. That's okay. It's my own fault for not being skilled. I don't have the skill. Bitter Bianco. Where did I put that Bitter Bianco? There it is. Luxardo Bitter Bianco. Oh, there certainly are. And yes, Greg has tried some of them. We need 2 of the Bitter Bianco. Still missed a little drop. Let me go for that. There. Balance maybe just a little off on these, but that's okay. See, I like Malort. There are things you can do with it that are fun. But yes, I understand that. I understand questioning that friendship. Malort is polarizing. Malort is fantastic in a Negroni Bianco. You just add a little grapefruit bitters to it. It's good. If I could send you some and not have it get caught at the border, I would. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Okay, we need 5 of Banal. Banal is an infused fortified wine aperitif. Sweet. It's very sweet. 2. 4. 5. Now we'll need to add some water to this, since I'm not stirring it down right away. They did, and they were interesting cocktails. They weren't bad, but they were interesting. Hello, media. Welcome in. How's it going? Just batching up a cocktail here real quick. Meeting some friends tomorrow for a quick lunch, since they're in from out of town, and I want to get their opinions on this, so... no, thank you. I appreciate you, media. You got here at just the right time. Oh, goodness gracious. I appreciate you, friend. 8, 9, 10, 11, 11.75 ounces total. They say to add about an ounce of water per cocktail for dilution, but... You've been distracted by Korean waifus? What's going on? Am I missing out on something? That's 2 ounces. I think we can go for. Oh, nice. Never. Media can talk about Korean waifus all she wants. I will never silence her on that. They do. Thank you. Also, welcome in, E4. Good to see you. Okay, that's about 8 dashes of the Bitter Cube Trinity Bitters. That should be about right. Give it a swirl. Try to shake down some of the last of those bitters. Seems about right. And we've got ourselves a batch cocktail. The bottle is far too big for it, but I didn't find any smaller ones. No, those are not homemade. These are Bitter Cube Trinity Bitters. These are a mix of 3 of their other bitters blends. It's a cherry bark, vanilla bitter, bolivar bitter, and orange bitters all mixed together in one bottle. They are out of Wisconsin, actually. But yes, they are American. Well, I just am finishing up a Sazerac split base rye, straight rye washed in, or aged in port wine barrels, paired with pisco, which is really quite nice. A little musty. Have to figure out that flavor profile, but it's not bad. Very bougie. And I just batched up a local guide. This is one of my contest entries into the Home Bartender of the Year Award contest. And it smells just about as I remember it. So we are going to chill this down and take it with us tomorrow. Do not need to do anything else with that. After I'm finished with this Sazerac, I think what we're going to do is we're going to make one more cocktail. kind of see what we want to do from there. Hey, Earl Grey tea is fantastic. There's nothing wrong with Earl Grey. I like my teas a little bit more floral, a little bit more smoky. I really like Lapsang Souchong. But I am... I've really only had... Like, some of the Earl Greys I've had have been okay. But never my personal favorite. What's the difference between Lady Grey and Earl Grey? I know there's a difference. I think I've been told it at one point, but I just can't remember it right now. Still fantastic. Even if it has that, again, little mustiness on it. See, I want that. I want that smokiness. I want that Lapsang Souchong. I want to be able to taste the pine resin that it's smoked over. I want to smell the tea more than taste it. Oh, I've been hunching too much. Hello to you as well, Breesby. Always a pleasure to see you. I hope that your horse podcast went very well tonight. And I hope to be able to join into the next one. That sounded like a lot of fun, or it looked like a lot of fun. There was a lot of people having a lot of fun. But I hope you're doing well. I hope your weekend's going well. Media, if you want to shout out Breesby, if you're not following Bree, you are doing something very wrong with your life. Join the shit show. Have a good time. Check her out. Love to join. Thank you. Also, media, shout out yourself. Of course. Your playthrough of Bloodborne, by the way, is a lot of fun to watch. I've greatly enjoyed watching that. You should also follow Media. She is also a fantastic streamer. Plays a lot of Apex. Plays a little Halo. I've never actually played any of those games, Bree. I think they're a lot of fun to watch, but I have never played any of them. I should probably at some point, but... Gonna make me do it. Good. Yes, get lost with Korean waifus with Media. It's a good time. Sorry, I hope that wasn't... No, not at all. Media, exclamation point, shameless. You just have to be shameless about it. We're all here to support each other. That's what's important. That's what matters. Shamless. I know it was just a typo, but we are not shamless here. We are all sham all the time. Full sham. All sham all the time. Oh, it's great. All right, Sazerac down. Now, let's have some fun, shall we? And by fun, I mean I'm breaking out the stick blender. This ancient thing that we have. Because we're going to try a new technique. Some of you have heard of a Ramos Gin Fizz before. If you haven't, let me explain it to you. A Ramos Gin Fizz is a drink that, historically, by legend, it was shaken by 12 people for a minute each in order to achieve the proper custardy foam. Do you actually need to shake it that much? Probably not. We've done a couple variations of this before. Oh yes, the Ramos. We've done a couple variations of this before, and I think this one's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try it out. I haven't done this yet. The idea is that you want to make an egg white foam. Oh, are they? I'm not surprised. They're actually in season up here for whatever reason, but... Hey, I've had tennis elbow a lot in my life. I would like to think it's mostly from tennis. But let us build this drink, shall we? We're going to build this as a Wisconsin Ramos Gin Fizz. So we're going to start off with 2 ounces of our gin. This is Death's Door Gin, made in Wisconsin by Dancing Goat Distillery. It is a fantastic gin with juniper harvested from Washington Island, a remote place north of, or just off the tip of Door County, that does not allow vehicle traffic, which is a lot of fun. Also with winter wheat that is harvested from there, red winter wheat. Only has 3 ingredients, 3 flavorings. Juniper, coriander, and fennel, and it's very tasty. We need 2 ounces of that. It pours like water, I promise you. It is full strength. There we go. Now, we need some syrup. What I have here is I have my ginseng syrup. This is American ginseng, simmered and steeped for about an hour, and then combined with equal parts of water. We're going to go for 3/4 of an ounce of this ginseng syrup. It's a 1-to-1 syrup, so I need a little bit more. Also want to make sure I get all of that wonderful aromatic flavor in here. Then we need some lemon and lime. Let's get some lemon and lime. I was initially thinking of just doing lemon or just doing lime, but I think having both will work well. I apologize, media. When is your birthday again? I need to prepare for this. Okay. I guess I will be in pain for your birthday. I'm going to do 1/2 ounce of lime juice. There we go. This is just normal Ramos spec here. Definitely do it different if you want. That would actually be an interesting idea. I have not done that before. I could see it working quite well. I have used frozen milk as the ice for eggnog before. That turned out really, really well. Extra arm pain, yes indeed. Shake until that is all gone. Alright, so that is 1/2 ounce of lemon, 1/2 ounce of lime. Going right in there. Now, we also need some bitters. Normally this would be orange blossom water, but we are using some birch bark bitters. My other tinctures are not finished yet, so I don't have a finished product. We're just using a regular birch bark tincture for this. I've got a pipette over here. It's still in my backpack. Give it a quick rinse. Now let's pipette out about 1.5 ml. That's the 1 ml mark, isn't it? Right about there. 1.5 ml. Birch bark bitters. We can actually go a little bit more. It wasn't accurate enough. There we go. And then, finally, I'm really selling this, aren't I? Oh, you stop it. Gotta rinse off my knife so it doesn't tarnish from the acid. Are you talking about butter? You're talking about buttermilk more than buttercream. Buttercream has a different definition up here. Buttermilk is the whey and the liquid that remains after you make butter, and it has a slight acidity to it. And I have used that in a cocktail. I used that in one of my gravy cocktails. No, you're good. I just wanted to make sure that we were clear. Buttercream up here is a kind of frosting that's mostly just butter and powdered sugar mixed together. Very dense, very rich. Which isn't bad, but is definitely a thing. Alright, this actually cracked earlier, so let's see if we can salvage it. We need an egg white. That didn't work. Just get right in there with your fingers. There we go. Into the trash. Egg white. Do not need all of that, but we're using all of it. Egg yolk here, we'll use that later for something. I'll put it in the fridge. I gotta wash my hands. There we go. Alright, now we're having fun. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna whip this up. Before I do that, I just want a couple chunks of ice for some aeration here and dilution. That's probably good enough. So those are ready. Get our shaker ready. West, I did not. This has actually been my mic the whole time. But I hope it sounds good. Regardless, I appreciate you stopping by. How's it going? It's been a while. I hope you are doing well. We are making a different version of a Ramos Gin Fizz. Let's see if we can do this right. Now, this should work. I should be able to, on low, blend this up. Really froth this up. Really emulsify it. Oh, no. Hey, don't worry about it. I appreciate you saying something nice. Thank you. And I always appreciate your company. Thanks for stopping by. Is that about as frothy as it'll get, or can I go more? Can I go more? Over the top already. Alright, that should be enough. I hope that's enough. Otherwise, I'm happy to go further. That just seems like it's not really changing. Gaia, welcome in. And that's okay. Everything's okay. Again, I love having you here, West. No issues at all. Ooh. A mini pie. Sounds fantastic. Alright, that's probably about as good as I'm going to get. I guess we just set it over here and we clean up after we're done. Seems fine to me. Alright, now we're going to pour this in here. All frothy and stuff. And now we need an ounce of cream. You know, the northern U.S. is cold. Otherwise, we're doing okay. You don't want to put the cream in right away because if you do, the fats in the cream will actually prevent the eggs from fluffing up as well as they're supposed to. Now, I've already got some ice in here. Give it a good shake. Nice and hard shake. Breckenrock. I have not heard of that. How is it? Give it a good shake. I appreciate that. Good thinking. We are working on a Ramos Gin Fizz. TJ, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome in. Good to have you. Just making some drinks. Give it a good hard shake. I do not know if this is ready. I think I probably want to shake until that ice is gone. Oh, that's nice. Lagers can get boring, so it's good that they have the hops in there. Just a little bit in there. Mixology is magic. Is that going to be enough? I don't hear the ice anymore. Oh, come on. There we go. Break that seal. Don't know if this is enough. Oh, but it's super fluffy. Okay. I'm going to use a vial trick. And I'm going to go stick this in the freezer for about a minute, okay? Be right back. Thank you. I will review the tape for that later. I'll be right back. While we were waiting, I'm going to clean up. Abbott is welcome in. Hi, jump on up. Hi, Bart. All right. Was that just a texture thing? Is that why you wouldn't like it? I completely understand that, but it is a lot fluffier than you think. I promise you that. Oh. Dutch apple pie sounds fantastic, by the way. Get everything else out. What we're doing is we're just letting that meringue kind of stiffen up a little bit. Then we're going to top it with a little soda water, and we'll be good to go. Just going to set this down right over here. What do you think, Bart? Hi. Oh, you're okay. What do you think? It is a cat stream now. Hi, Bard. Oh, you want some pets? Want some pets? I know you like it when your butt is scratched. Scratch, 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 scratch. Kitty! This is Bard. Oh, you wanted something to rub your face on, huh? There we go. Honestly, the way this cat likes to be pet is... Oh, you're going to knock stuff down? Please don't knock stuff down. Is... Oh, you want to jump back over? That's fine. Do you like having your own seat? Is that what it is? Hi. Oh, it's good to see you. It's very good to see you. Do you want to get up here? Yeah? Oh, okay. There you go. All the way? All the way? Put the back feet up? Thank you. Bard likes a little roughhousing. So. Thank you. Yes. That is our ginger friend, Bard. He is a very fun kitty. Lots of work. That's okay. I completely understand that. I do. I would go and get the Ramos, but are you ready to come down? Do you want to get down? Oh, good kitty. Oh, good kitty. What's up? Oh, that is a spot you haven't been before. What do you think? What do you think? No kitty's been there before. Hmm? Hi. Oh, good kitty. This is a cat stream now. It's nothing else. Oh, no, I can't. You're going to fall off if you do that, Bard. I'm sorry. I would have gotten the Ramos otherwise. I think it's about time. About time? All right. Come on, Bard. Let's go. I'll be right back. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, before we do anything else to this, we got to work fast. Got to work fast. This probably won't be the finished picture I take of this, but we need some club soda. We need a straw. We need the camera. Let's get it focused in. Every time I get a notification from Instagram that someone's liked a post, I always have a little flutter in my heart, hoping that they post the results. It's okay. It's just me being needy. There. Now, next step. You poke a hole down the center with your straw, like so. Then you take your club soda. And you pour it right down the center. Okay. I did not solidify it for long enough. That's a darn shame. Ideally, you would have the whole column come up above the glass. So that's not even really worth taking a picture of then. I'll still take a picture of it because it's kind of failed. But that's okay. Pour it down the straw. Nah, that's okay. The foaming technique with the stick blender, though, works very well. Oh, I'm still going to drink it. It still looks very tasty to me. Let's see if it's any good. So cheers, folks. Thanks for watching this, and let's see if this slightly failed experiment is any good. Cheers. I mean, yeah. I set out to create a root beer float. Basically, right? This is pretty darn close to a root beer float in a fancy cocktail. The ginseng and the birch bark combine to make a root beer-like flavor, a very sarsaparilla-y flavor. I'm not sure if I would add the lime in. I might just stick to the lemon next time. Because while very tasty, there's a slight astringency from the lime, which is kind of cutting through the more subtle aromatic flavors. I could even see a little bit more birch bark in here. The gin is very nice. It's light. It's tasty. Not too juniper heavy. Just very pleasant all around. It's very fluffy. It's creamy. I was thinking about maybe adding a drop of vanilla extract. I think you could. I don't think there's any problem with that. Let's give this foam a little bit of a try. Okay. You know, that's not a bad idea. Prep the mix in advance. But this really does just become kind of custardy, a little cloud. I appreciate the advice, Eliam. Thank you. I have never been one to rest citrus, not because I don't believe that fresh is always better, but the difference between fresh and sour mix, which is basically just citric acid and sugar water, is up here. It's vast. And it's always better, in my opinion, to lean towards fresh as opposed to the sour mix. It's very tasty. It really is. It's very light and fluffy. Pretty easy to make with that stick blender, too. I think what I should do next time, and again, this is probably something to do off stream because I just don't have the setup up here, but it would be to have the glass in the fridge, have the shaker in the fridge, maybe use a little bit more ice, shake it for just a little bit longer, leave it sit in the freezer for 2, maybe 3 minutes for a little bit longer, really get that foam right, and then take it out, poke a hole with this, stick probably this down the center, pour the soda water down the spiral, because that'll take it right to the bottom, and then go from there. I could also see pouring in the soda water at the beginning, before pouring the rest of the cocktail in, and then just topping it off with a little bit. Again, it's very light, though, very refreshing. Maybe 1 drop of vanilla wouldn't go amiss. Again, it's not bad. It's actually really tasty. Just didn't work the way I wanted to. Real quick, I'm checking to make sure that I haven't missed anything. Okay, I have not. Hyperfocus is a terrible drug, so exactly, and I've done it very well before. Again, I just didn't have the glass in the freezer. I think if I had put the glass in the freezer before the stream, put the shaker in the freezer before the stream, maybe had the ice in there already, that sort of thing, it would have worked a little bit better. But again, proof of concept. Stick blender Ramos works. Works really well, actually. Like, aside from it not being solidified enough to lift directly with the soda water, It's delicious, and it is really thick. So, it's delicious. It's delicious. Of course. And I am not the best at it. I'm really not. Vile has made one on stream that turned out absolutely perfect. There was a Ramos competition, or at least an Instagram competition a little while ago that was very fun to watch. The one that I made with the oh gosh, thank you. Again, it was just that I didn't let it set enough, and so it kind of mushroomed as opposed to went straight up. That was the only difference. So, real quick, gonna go to my profile here. This is a while ago. How long ago was this? Oh, this was a while ago. So, this was. Let's see if I can get the link here. Should be able to post it right in chat from here. Oh, hey, Kirkland Port, I've heard, is not bad, so I would not worry about it at all. All right, are we connected? We are connected. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. You guys are very kind to me. Thank you. All right. So that link is to a rhubarb and rose water Ramos that I made that was very, very tasty. Yeah, and I've heard taxes and prices on alcoholic spirits in Canada are quite exorbitant. So I'm glad that is pretty good for $20. Agreed. Price does not always mean better. I find that especially true of Scotch. There are some very, very good Scotch, but you can really get into the weeds, and if you don't have the right palate for it, if you don't have a very specific want for a very specific flavor profile, it can very, very easily get out of hand. Anyway, the link to the Instagram post there. Hendrix is good too. I do enjoy Hendrix. Autofocus, will you stop? No, you're okay. No beef at all. I completely understand. Hendrix can oh, it's okay. Oh, nice. That's a really cool feature. I like that a lot. I like the ability to compare based on price point, potentially. I keep on distracting myself. I do apologize. The post that I linked there is to my rhubarb and rosewater Ramos Gin Fizz that I made in an ISI whipper. So what I did was I made it and I charged it with nitrous oxide. And then I released it as if it was a whipped cream. And it was super fluffy, and it really ballooned more than one glass could handle. I had like a glass and 3/4. But it was very, very tasty, very aromatic, and I got that lift really easily with that. Again, it's all about getting that fluff in whatever way you want to. Yeah, that foam is really good. Why aren't there more ginseng ice creams on the market? Oh, wait, it's because ginseng is far too expensive. Please do. And if you do, please tell me. Tell me what you think of it. I always want feedback, because again, remember, I can tell you what I think of a drink, but that's it. Like, it's just my feelings on it. So I want to know what you guys think of these drinks if you want to make them. And I appreciate any and all feedback. So if it's negative, perfectly fine. Tell me, because I would like to improve. Is there anything else that you guys want to see me make tonight? I was thinking about processing some tinctures and that sort of thing, but I'm too tired for that. I don't really feel like getting into the nitty-gritty on that sort of thing. Just eating my alcoholic cream dessert. Above Zenith, welcome in. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, I understand that, but if you want to see me make something, let me know. Welcome in, Raiders. Hello, hello. Above Zenith, how are you doing today? Welcome to Larry's Lounge. What were you up to? Let me know. Hit record. Welcome in. Hype indeed. Thank you so much for that raid. Hello, hello. How are you? How'd you find the channel? Welcome in. My name is Larryx. Oh, thank you so much for that follow, Hit Record. I appreciate that. My name is Larryx. This is Larry's Lounge. We're just chilling tonight. Very low-key stream. We're making some cocktails. Having a good time. Cooking from the D&D cookbook. That sounds fantastic. I played some tabletop role-playing game today as well. I've played a lot of D&D in my life. It's a great time. What did you make? What did you make from the cookbook? Welcome in. And yes, go give Above Zenith a follow if you are not already following them. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, we, Twitch tenders are few and far between, but we're having a good time. Look like cinnamon rolls, but with mushrooms. Savory cinnamon rolls. I can see that being very, very good. That sounds fantastic. But yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. I really do. Thank you so much. If you're new here, feel free to click my icon below and click chat, or click the icon again. That way you count towards viewership, although I'm not going for partner. I'm just happy that you're here. Let me tell you a little bit about what we've made so far today. So, we made a Sazerac with a split base. Sazerac, for those of you who are not, who may not know, is a stirred cocktail, usually made with either rye or cognac, or a mix of the two, with a sugar cube, Peychaud's bitters, as well as, Oh, Pi, welcome in. Thank you so much for that follow. I appreciate you. Late raid, I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you so much. Twitch tenders. Exactly. That was coined by me and Fox and by Colino. We're working on it. We're working on getting a partner so we can get a stream team going. So, oh yeah. Mushrooms and shallots and cheese rolled in. Oh, that sounds great. Oh, thank you, Guy. I appreciate you. I need some tendies right now. I understand that. I do. Ow, 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 ow. I'm going to need to check the connection on this because it just felt like it shocked me. Fun. Brent, thank you so much for that follow. Welcome in. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If I need to replace these, by the way, they were $25. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Chicken wings. Could see some chicken wings going very well right now. Would love some chicken wings. I mean, sriracha on a regular cinnamon roll wouldn't be that bad either. Orange bitters are fantastic, Hit Record. I haven't had spicy chicken tendies. Those sound pretty good too. You guys hear that? It's staticky. I am guessing that it's some static from my sweater. My sweater was incredibly staticky. We are all about mixology here. I used to stream gaming. Now I am all about mixology. I only stream once a week. I stream every Saturday night at 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. Central. We just hang out, we talk. If you have any questions about mixology, about drink making, about bartending, let me know. I am happy to answer your questions. I have never worked in a bar professionally, but I've done a lot of reading, and I think I could answer your questions. So, yeah, just a few. see if this works. Oh, it's too tight. Anyway, there are a few more. So, is it Opie? OP? Is it Opie? You let me know. Sorry, my stand is doing bad things. There we go. I've got a little tripod here that's supposed to swivel nicely, and it wasn't. I was just moving the wrong lever. There we go. It's probably not level anymore, but I don't care. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, that is very much not level. Give me a second. Give me a second. I've screwed everything up. Oh my. How's that? That a little better? That closer to the mean? Closer to vertical? We'll take it. Oh, pie. Okay, sounds great. Thank you. Okay, so you enjoy the orange, and I need to adjust this more. It's still tilted. Yeah, regular Angostura, fantastic. Cocoa or chocolate Angostura, also great. Good places to start. Peychaud's. If you like anise at all, Peychaud's is an excellent place to start as well. Otherwise, if you have a local liquor store that has a selection of bitters, try a I Love Grapefruit. Yep, so if you love anise, Peychaud's is going to be where you want to start. It looks like... looks like this. It's bright red. It has some artificial coloring in there. But it is very herbal, very anisey. It's beautiful. It's a lot of fun. I really like using this as well. I also make my own. One second. This is going to keep on bothering. Of course. Happy to help. This is going to bother me. It's going to bother me. Because I've screwed everything up by trying to show you guys what I've got on the side. Any better? Is that any better? Nope, still way too tilted. There, that's probably closer. If I look like a drunken sailor, tell me and I'll try to fix it. Okay. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Okay. Anyway, so that was the Sazerac. The Sazerac was made with a straight rye whiskey with that was aged in port barrels combined with pisco instead of the usual cognac. Pisco is unaged. I am not drunk. Thank you for asking, though. I have had 2 drinks on this stream. I had 1 drink before, about 2 hours before I started streaming. So I am not drunk, but I do appreciate the consideration. But the camera is sometimes !rude. Thank you, Kalino. I appreciate it. It's true. You can always find bitters about anything. Celery bitters are really, really cool and fun to work with. So, yep, there are definitely whiskeys that would work with celery bitters. Although celery bitters go much better with gin. So that was what I made first. I made Peychaud's. I made a Sazerac with Peychaud's. I used straight rye whiskey aged in port barrels combined with pisco, which is a Peruvian unaged brandy that is very like dried fruit forward and floral. And then you mist or rinse the glass with absinthe. Strain the drink in there. I also used 3 dashes of Peychaud's, 1 dash of homemade chamomile bitters, and then a lemon twist expressed over the top, not dropped in. I appreciate that. Thank you. That is the vibe that I'm going for. I'm hoping for a nice calming place to hang out at the end of the week, just chilling, right? That's the idea. The idea is that it's nice and relaxing, make some drinks, answer some questions, have a good time. The second drink that I made is right here. It's very fluffy. I used a stick blender to make a Ramos Gin Fizz. Oh, lemon peel dropped in is fantastic and everything else but a Sazerac. Habitus, the best way to do that is to get a high-proof Nutri-Grain spirit, like an Everclear or something like that. It is not ice cream. This is a drink. When you just rinse a glass with it, you're just coating it, so you're just getting the smell of it. It's just affecting the aroma, and it's not affecting the flavor of the drink at all. The spoons are so long for balance. Let me show you here. So, when you're stirring something, exactly. That is completely correct, Eliam. Thank you. I appreciate that clarification. Bitters do last a long time because you don't use very much. So, Hit Record, thank you so much for that sub. I appreciate you. You're too kind. Thank you, thank you. When you are stirring with a spoon like this, you put the back of the spoon against the mixing glass, and then you spin it. And the idea is that you can actually spin it all the way around without the spoon's back leaving the side, because you just want to spin the ice. You don't want to jostle the ice. You want to keep the ice as stationary as possible, but still moving in a circle, so that it passes through the liquid without chipping. The spoon is spiraled, yes. And longer spoons have a better balanced weight, that is correct. Some of them do, some of them don't. But that is the idea. The idea is that you can spin it around like this. Most bartenders are more proficient at it than I am. But yes, they are excellent for bopping. Like, for instance, this is technically a bar spoon, but it doesn't actually have a spoon on the end. It is just a teardrop shape. So that is perfect for just spinning around. Terrible for soup. That's why you pick up the bowl and drink it. All right. This drink. This is a Ramos Gin Fizz. Ramos Gin Fizz is historically a very difficult cocktail to make. The idea behind it is that you combine lemon and lime with gin and a little orange blossom water, a little simple syrup, and then you shake it for like 12 minutes because you also add in heavy cream and an egg white. And then you want to make a meringue and top it off with soda water so that the foam comes up above the drink. This is the foam that you get after you make it. And it is very dense, very stiff, right? It's a lot of fun. It's very tasty stuff. I'm very surprised it's still on the spoon. It's delicious. I did say soda water. Seltzer, soda water. Those technically have real definitions and differences, but I'm not... The stuff that I have is just plain old seltzer, which means that it's just carbonated water. It doesn't have any minerals in it or anything like that, and that's the idea. Yep, soda water, carbonated water, however you want. Soup beware. Get 2 of them and use them like chopsticks. So to make this drink, normally you would combine all the ingredients in the tin, and then you would shake it for 12 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. You'd want everything as cold as possible to create as thick of a meringue as you can, and then top it off with the soda water so that from the bottom it pops up off the top. It rises straight up. The one that I made today didn't quite do that, but I didn't have everything quite as cold. So, no, that's alright. Prefer Bombay Sapphire or Tanqueray. Always wanted to broaden my horizon. Okay. It depends on your location. Ford's gin is pretty common and is very tasty. It is in between a London Dry style and a Plymouth style. Plymouth being its own category of gin that's a little bit more citrus forward, whereas Ford's gin is kind of right in between. It was blended by and produced by very famous bartender, someone who really knows their stuff, and it's very good. So. I am very amused, media. But yeah, so real quick, I will get into that in a second. Hit record. So Ford's Gin, highly recommend. Yep. You've always been forward by London gin, meaning that it's been too juniper forward, or what are you thinking? And the other thing that you should look at, so like again, I recommend forwards. Botanist is pretty good, although it's a little expensive, kind of depending on where you are. What I highly recommend is, and I'm not asking you to tell me where you are, although if you want to DM me, I will gladly recommend some gins from the area if I know of any. But look up local distilleries, because local distilleries often make gins with local ingredients, and they can be really, really good. For instance, I live in the upper Midwest. Prefer on sale gin. Perfect. A lot of gin that's on sale can be very, very good too. I live in the upper Midwest, and I am a little ways away, but I'm not too far away from Duluth. Duluth, Minnesota has a distillery called Vikre, Vikre, and they make all of their own gin with like hand-picked spruce tips and toasted cedar planks and stuff that can be found around it. And it's really, really good. South Florida, I'm unsure of distilleries in the area, but I'm positive that you can find some pretty good stuff down there. Roku, I've heard, is very good, but I haven't had that myself. Thank you, Brent. I appreciate that. Aviation gin is also pretty good. It's apparently got a pretty pronounced peppery flavor, so it's a little bit more on the savory side. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I know that there are a lot of fun spirits being made in Florida. It's spelled the same way, but it is not the same brand. It is a Japanese distillery. Thank you so much for that hydrate, Opie. I appreciate it. Real quick, to finish off my talk about this, and then we can make a drink. We can make something that you guys want to see. To make this Ramos, I didn't actually... right? I didn't actually use... I didn't shake this for 12 minutes. What I did was I took everything but the cream, and I put it into just a regular, like I used a Pyrex. And I just used a stick blender, and I blended it up and emulsified it all together until the egg white was nice and foamy. Then I put it into a shaker tin with just a little bit of ice in it, along with the heavy cream, and I shook all that up for about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. Then I poured it in here. So you can 100% find YouTube videos on the Ramos Gin Fizz. Just type in Ramos, and you will 100% find videos of people making Ramos Gin Fizzes. So, don't worry about it at all. Vodka is also very interesting. I am not a huge fan of vodka. I am definitely one of those people who believe that vodka is mostly unfinished gin. Oh, I appreciate that, Colin. Thank you. Oh, a Roku joke. I appreciate it. Thank you. I understand. I get it now. I did not get it before. I get it now. Let's see here. Local distillery made a Christmas gin. Myrrh, frankincense, and gold flakes. That is intense, Abatus. Gin made near you. Colino is a Dutch style. Okay, yep. Very nice. Very tasty. Cocktail Chemistry. Yes, Cocktail Chemistry is an excellent channel. So, my personal... Oh, you're asking about Zenith. Okay, perfect. The lyrics of YouTube. I mean, yeah. Hey, there's nothing wrong with enjoying bourbon as well. I do have a bottle of Evan Williams Bottled and Bond. I do like to try local bourbons as well. They aren't made in Kentucky, but that does not mean that they are not in a bourbon style. Deep Eddy. Not too bad. Especially for vodka, I like supporting local creators, because local creators are going to have, more local grain. There's less transport and travel in the booze that you're drinking, that sort of thing. So, I'm just finishing up this cocktail. What do you guys want to see me make? Do you have any cocktails that you are interested in seeing the process on? I do not have anything planned. I can make almost anything. Do you want me to talk for an hour on Amari, on bittersweet Italian liqueurs? I certainly can. Do you just want me to make a whiskey sour? I can make a whiskey sour. I can make whatever you want. And we can talk about it. 19? Technically, you shouldn't be in this channel. A helpful hint, don't tell me what your age is. Just in general. A pearl diver? I don't think I've got everything I need for a pearl diver, Kalino. Tell me what's all in that again. Otherwise I can look it up in my Smuggler's Cove book. Make something unusual with that High West. I did use the High West in a hot toddy last week. Media. I mixed that with Amaro Sfumato, which is a smoky rhubarb-based Amari. Or a smoky rhubarb-based Amaro. And a little bit of lemon juice and a bar spoon of Demerara. That was very tasty. I do not have Gardenia mix. I do apologize. How much, how far do you have to go, Eliam? No, hey. Opie, you're fine. That was mostly a joke. Twitch can sometimes be a little sensitive about who is in a stream about drinking, especially in the US, where our drinking age is different than a lot of other countries. So you're fine. I just never ask. And I do have the mature setting on the stream. So I believe that I am not liable for anything here. So I'm not worried about it. But that's just why I mentioned that. So you're good. Do not worry about it. Everything is fine. Everything is awesome when you're part of a team. Haven't even seen that movie, and I'll make references to it, even though they're old references. Ooh, 4,000 channel points. That's probably, like 3 weeks? But yeah, no worries, Opie. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. That is very much a basic rule of thumb. A streamer I enjoyed hanging out with for a long time would always say that everyone in her streams was 21. And every time you try to tell her your age, didn't matter. 21. You're 21. Shut up, you're 21. I should do that. I should. I'm working on, eventually, once I get my act together with my tinctures, on trying to formulate them a little bit better and seeing what I need to do to actually sell them. I don't know what I need to do to sell them yet. We're going to figure it out. But, getting the right certification, having a commercial kitchen to actually make them in, so... I appreciate that, Opie. Thank you. Oh, I do make drinks with absinthe. Absinthe is very tasty. Absinthe is a lot of fun. What could I make with absinthe that would be fun to do? So, it would be worth the wait, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, Eliam, I don't think bitters would ship well across country lines. Excuse me, I'm very burpy right now. There was a lot of carbonation in that last drink. I appreciate that, media. Thank you. Did my music stop? Oh no, it's just the end of a song. That's long. Okay. So absinthe has a checkered past, but a lot of that checkered past is due to the wine industry getting upset that absinthe was more popular than wine. Just for a quick history lesson, wine was the most popular beverage in France for a long, long time. And then all of a sudden, a fungus attacked, a fungus that came over from the New World, from North America, attacked and started to attack. It's a fly-borne disease. It's not actually a fungus. It's a fly-borne disease that started attacking grapevines called phylloxera over in France, and that started decimating the wine and brandy industry over in Europe. Because of that, wine became more expensive. And what did people like to drink, especially people of the French Foreign Legion, which is very famous for using that on their missions? It's absinthe. Absinthe was a high proof, and still is a high proof herbal liqueur, herbal spirit that is made by infusing, oftentimes with a double infusion, a pre-distillation infusion and a post-distillation infusion of alpine herbs, primarily of wormwood, Artemisia. Wormwood is strong and bitter, but in absinthe it is infused in such a way where it's a little lighter, it's a little bit more floral, a little bit more herbal, and it's really quite it's really quite tasty. The idea is that it's produced at a very high proof, and so you have to dilute it down a lot. That's where a lot of the ritual comes in, where you have a slow drip through a sugar cube to sweeten it, right? Those sorts of absinthe drips are just to make sure you get to the right amount of dilution to take this potentially 70% ABV or 140 proof spirit and water it down enough where it's about the same level as a glass of wine, of strong wine. So, yeah, exactly like the hemp versus the cotton industry. That is correct. Absinthe drink in Vegas, egg foam on top. Ooh, that sounds fantastic. An absinthe flip of some sort, or an absinthe sour, sounds really, really good. Interesting. I'm surprised you can't get Ango there, Eliam. That makes no sense. The Duchess. Sweet vermouth, dry vermouth, absinthe, orange bitters, orange twist, coupe. Yeah, Colin, let's do it. All right, that sounds good. Copy and paste that in case I need it again. I'm assuming stirred. Let me go get my sweet vermouth and dry vermouth. I'll be right back. I appreciate that. Thank you. I did disappear. Yes, always refrigerate your vermouth. If you have a wine-based spirit or liqueur, you have to refrigerate it because it will oxidize and it will end up turning into vinegar. You need to do it. So, what I have here is I have two different vermouths. One of the best things about living in the frigid north is that you can use your entryway as a fridge, which is where I got these from. So, no bats, no banning. Have a wonderful night, Brent. Thank you so much for the follow. Thanks for coming along with the raid. I appreciate you stopping by. Thank you. Have a wonderful night. Cheers. Is it just a friendly bonk? Just a friendly bonk? We can do some friendly bonking. Alright, that should be good enough. Let's get this going. I believe this is rinsed. It is. Okay. So. Now, the absinthe that I have is going to be a little different than your absinthe. This is an Absinthe Blanche from Switzerland, which is going to be a little bit lighter. It only goes through one maceration as opposed to two, so it doesn't have the secondary infusion, and it's not quite as harsh on the herbal side. So, why were you banned in Fox's stream, Kalino? Bar spoon duel. I would win that. I have a very long reach and good fencing technique. You gotta hold it like this as an extension of your arm. You gotta brace it on your thumb here, and then you can parry like that. So they come in at you, you parry, stab. Smack. Oh, it was accidental, but it was so cold and dark. I understand. Have I tried making my own? I have not. I have not tried making my own absinthe, because absinthe gets particular macerations or particular flavors out of distilling the herbs with the spirit. When you distill things, certain esters and certain polyphenols and other flavoring compounds are volatile enough to go with the distillate, but not all of them. And so you do get a different flavor profile from distilling than not. So I would fence whoever wants to. I only have one foil on hand, though. So you'd have to bring your own foil. All right, let's start making this, right? So we got equal parts sweet and dry vermouth. I am using Norley Pratt dry vermouth. You can't get high on absinthe, unfortunately. It doesn't actually have any hallucinogenic properties to it. Thujone, the chemical in wormwood that they were afraid of having hallucinogenic properties, would only cause you to hallucinate long after you died from alcohol poisoning. This is a jigger. It is a measuring device. It is graded. So the bottom part here is 1 ounce. The top part is 2 ounces. There are different markings on the inside to help measure. So I just poured out 1.5 ounces of dry vermouth. Again, Norley Pratt, which I believe is a French brand. It is. It is a French brand. Where's it from? Not telling me where. This is always fun. Based on a secret 1813 recipe, Norley Pratt Extra Dry is beautifully crafted by the sea in the south of France. Delicious served chilled on its own or over ice with a twist of lemon. Its delicate botanicals, botanical aromas will make it the ideal choice for a range of classic and contemporary cocktails. This is Carpano Antica. Carpano Antica formula, which is one of the first sweet vermouths. It is a very strong sweet vermouth, very heavy on the vanilla as well. There we go. Got those. Now we need a 1/2 ounce of absinthe. Again, I am using Absinthe Blanche. It's going to be a little lighter than your more herbal absinthe. I might include a bar spoon of Genepi, which is a juniper herbal liqueur as well, just to balance it out. There's a 1/2 ounce of absinthe. You need 1 dash of orange bitters. I'm using Fee Brothers. I highly recommend Regan's or Angostura as well. Get a good dash. And it kind of looks like sweet tea, doesn't it? Let me go get... I'm going to go get an orange. I'll be right back. Well, hi, Brocky. Hello, kitty. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. We have to pay a cat tax. You walked into my office, so I have a cat tax. Cat tax. Oh, hello. Kitty. This is Bragi. B-R-A-G-I. Not even a year old yet. Already gigantic. Hi. If I leave you in here, you are going to try to chew all of the cords. I can't let that happen. I'm so sorry. But you are wonderful, and I love you very much. Oh, hello. Oh, you're so... This kitty likes kisses. The other kitty does not. There you go. I don't actually have an orange to use right now, so I'm going to use this, which is close enough to an orange. All right. So, got everything in here. Let's get our glass ready. We're going to use a coupe. Might as well use a fancy coupe. I'm probably behind you, Colino, right now. I do apologize. Let's crack some ice. Just flinging it everywhere. Normally it cracks better than that. Oh, come on. There we go. Shatter. My ice is not behaving. Good enough. Screw it. Clear ice is fantastic. Oh, I carve ice all the time. Get that ice ASMR. Very herbal. Probably about right. Because you're using vermouths as the main spirit, you don't need to over dilute this. You don't need to stir it for too long. I'll clean up my area here. Get a little table setting here. I like throwing it on a piece of hickory that I cut myself, sand it down. It's got a little bit of junk on it. What is a beaker? This is not a beaker. This is closer to a beaker, but it's still not a beaker. This is just a coupe. It's a coupe glass. It's a Nick and Nora. This is a mixing glass. Pretty sure it's in here somewhere. There it is. Again, this isn't actually a wet bar. I just have a little washing basin here. This is a julep strainer. Go like that. Hold back the ice and strain it into your coupe. You see that this drink looks just a little bit cloudy. That's because of the absinthe. Absinthe has a ton of oil in it, and it louches. A cheese peeler is the best zest peeler that you can get, better than a Y peeler. You just take it, you can pull a very nice straight twist. As it is, cut it off. Very aromatic. You then take your zest, you give it a little express. Right over the top, you give it a little twist. You can clean it up if you want. I'm not going to clean it up. You certainly could use a beaker. Stick it right in there. Lay it on the top however you want it. Right there, you've got yourself a Duchess. Let me take a picture of it as well, because we all live for the gram. Exclamation point Insta, by the way, if you would like to be sent to my Instagram, where I only post pictures of cocktails, because that is who I am. It is who I am as a person. Good enough. We can work with that. I actually don't have a Discord command right now, Kalino. Last time I had a Discord command, and it was used often, it was, oh, come on, focus, focus, focus. Focus on me, focus on me. Anyway, last time it was used a lot in my chat. We had someone actually do an attack on my Discord, so I have avoided that. But it is down below if you would like to join. Feel free. Exclamation! Thank you for the rudeness. It will focus again. For now, let's try this Duchess. Cheers. Oh, it's very nice. It's very refreshing. It's very light. I've had a lot of heavy drinks. 1 second. Did it autofocus as soon as I got up? See, it's not going to focus on me here. Anyway. Feel free. That would do a lot of good. Yeah, so I tried doing manual, but so one of the things that I want to do is I want to be able to go like this, put a bottle up here and have it focus on it, right? Or put a drink up close by the camera and have it focus on it. But so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't with the autofocus. Anyway. It is light, it is full of anise. Let's talk through the flavors a little bit. So again, ingredients are mostly sweet vermouth, dry vermouth, and absinthe. It does linger. It has an evolution. It's very nice. The dry vermouth is going to be white wine based. It's again dry, so it means it doesn't have very much sugar added, and it's often flavored with a lot of herbs like thyme, as well as some sweeter herbs and flowers, some citrus in there. With the sweet vermouth, it is again, I believe this is white wine based, but it has a lot more darker herbs in there, some roots, and a lot of spice. It's got a lot of vanilla in there as well. Again, these are fortified wines, so they are basically, they take a wine that they think is going to go a little bad, they add a little bit of brandy to it, or a little grappa, or something like that, and then they infuse herbs and spices into it, little citrus as well. So, Yeah, so Kalino, you have a fantastic setup for it because you've got like 4 cameras where you can move them around. You can bring the autofocus to whatever you want to look at. So, yeah, this is as close to good as I can get. The other issue is that I only have bad lighting in the back of the room, and I have very little lighting back here, which means that there's a lot of reflections, and especially with the bottles here, they can very easily reflect light in a way that makes the camera want to focus on them. So, but yeah, I agree with you. As a blend, you're getting a little bit of that kind of wine acidity, but it's not too much. You're getting a nice herbal flavor. The vanilla of the Carpano Antico isn't overpowering. It is blending very well with the light anise of the absinthe. This absinthe is an absinthe blanche from Switzerland, meaning it doesn't have quite as herbal of a punch as some other absinthes, but it does have a very delightful kind of light fennel-y, kind of fennel frondy anise taste to it, along with some other herbs. It's very floral. It's very aromatic. It's really quite nice. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know what camera you have. I have a Sony ZV-1. I spent too much money on it, but I like it. So I turned it on to... It's like single shot autofocus. So the idea is that it should autofocus quickly if it does want to autofocus, but it should maintain the shot, theoretically. That's the idea, at least. The nice thing about this cocktail, it is actually low ABV. Even though absinthe is fairly strong, this one is 55%, I believe. We've got like 17 and 18% here for the majority of it. So if you calculate it all the way out, the half ounce of absinthe isn't providing too much alcohol. So this is going to be a lower ABV. This is one of those cocktails that you drink before a meal to really kind of get everything going. That sort of thing. It's very nice. It's very pleasant. With that being said, I'm getting very tired. Normally I would stream a little bit later. I'd stream closer to, to 1 a.m. my time. Oh yeah, no, this is, if you calculate it out, so it's what? It's, real quick, we're going to do this. 16.5, 18%, and then, for me, 53%. So that means less than a quarter ounce, or right around a quarter ounce here. 20% of both of these, 20% of 45 mils is, quick math, 8, right around 8.5. So think around 8 mils then, which is right around a quarter ounce as well. So we're doing... I've got Fee Brothers, which are non-alcoholic. But so it's probably got 3/4 of an ounce of alcohol in a drink that has 3.5 ounces. So we're looking at doing the proportions. Probably around 23% ABV. There are calculators online. You can do this all. But I'm guessing it's right around 22-23% ABV. So, it's very tasty. I actually have a little bit more. It's over diluted in here now, but I don't care. I'm working on getting better at doing those in my head, by the way. So. Oh, hey! What? What? Wait a second. What? What did you get off my wish list, Above Zenith? I need to know, so I can actually go get it. It is a lot of math for that. Yo, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. You're too kind. Thank you so much. And yes, thank you for the shout out. Above Zenith rated me earlier today, and you should 100% go give them a follow. I am planning on giving them a follow as soon as we're done with the stream here. But tell me what you got. Is it in the notes for it? Let me see. Give me a second. Nope, no instructions. So you're going to have to tell me what it's for. And then I will get it Thank you so much. Exclamation point shameless, by the way. For those of you who do not know, I do have a little bit of a wish list. Oh, yes. That's why I only stream once a week. This is really the only night that I drink. Nothing wrong if you have a little bit more than that, as long as you know your own limits. But because I've got a kid and a job, it's, I'm able to do this once a week, and I'm happy for it. Eventually, I'd love my job to be in this industry, so... Oh, for the Nightcap book. I've been looking for that for a while. I really appreciate it. Thank you. The book that Zenith got me is called Nightcap by Kara Newman. It's a collection of 40 or so recipes, all regarding nightcaps, which are drinks that you have at the end of the night. They're flavorful. They are digestifs, things that help you digest. Ways to end the night. This is a good digestif because it's kind of lighter. Other things you can get have a good long evolution, but I will 100% go and purchase that right away, and I really appreciate it. Thank you. I am currently making my way through the Oxford Companion, which is 800 pages of cocktail information, and I'm making my way through that so I can get my spirits professional certification through the United States Bartender Guild. But hey, Kalino. Yes. What's up? Look at that math! I am so proud of myself. I really am. You have no idea how proud of myself. I am so goddamn proud of myself for doing math on the fly, 2 drinks in, middle of the night. Because that's what I really want to be able to get better at, that kind of mentally doing those calculations, so that, say I am serving a drink to a guest, I can kind of do a mental idea, or have a mental idea of what the drink comes in at, and then it's not like I am monitoring other people's choices, but I would like to be able to help if I can, or keep track of it a little bit. One of the things that bars are actually getting better at, and it's becoming a new trend now, is they're putting the ABV of the drink right after the drink listing on the menu. And then that way they can have non-alcoholic cocktails and regular alcoholic cocktails all in the same list. People aren't being separated out. It's not like you get a little bit of a tiny piece of the menu that just has like soda and tea on it at the bottom, that sort of thing. So... I don't think I am. I really don't. That was just me trying to do math in my head, and it worked. It worked all right. Men is a revolutionary indeed, and Kalino, I'm really proud of myself for this. I put the ABV of the cocktails that I submitted to the Home Bartender of the Year Award competition on the listing of them, and I believe I'm the only one who did it in the competition. I'm the only one who listed that. Thank you so much for that, by the way. I am participating in the finals of the Home Bartender of the Year Award. Feel free to check those links. Those are my submissions for it. And the day after I submitted those, I listened to the Speakeasy podcast, which came out that day. And Souther Teague himself, the owner of Amore Amargo, said that he himself is putting ABVs on his menu for that same very reason. So... I listened to that. He said that as I was driving to the parking lot at work, and I just started applauding. I was so happy. I was so happy that I included the ABV in the listing, just because it's a good thing to know. If people want to know how much they're consuming, and you want to allow your consumer to be responsible for their own actions, you can do that. I am 100% going for the booty. Media, I want to be in the top 3 of booties. I want to be the winner of booty. That's what I want to do. I want to get all that booty. Exclamation point booty. Anyway, folks, I've had a lovely time here. I'm going to move my whole setup. This is what I do at the end of every night. I move everything back over to my desk because I can't raid from here. I probably could on my phone, but I'm technologically illiterate. So I'm going to move everything over here. We're going to change the camera to my little tripod. Or maybe I'll just spin it around. I don't know. I don't care. I've got stuff everywhere. My office is messy. But we're going to figure it out. And we're going to raid someone. Because I got such a lovely raid tonight. Gotta raid that same energy out. Oh, if something works, I tend not to change it. That's all that is, Opie. 100%. I am looking forward to catching some of your streams, Zenith. You are a stand-up person, and, of course. Of course. So how about we do this? I don't actually want to change anything. Bloop. Can we make this work? Can we make this work? We can't. You can only see my chest. We almost made it work. This is what I do at the end of the stream, folks. I unscrew my camera from the mount. I grab my little Gorilla Pod thing. I agree, it was a little light, but again, it was a nice little nightcap. It would be great as a before-dinner drink. You know what I mean? Something to kind of awaken the palate. Yes, sip on some bourbon. Get a little bit more. Hi. There we go. That works. All right. For those of you who missed it earlier, this is a batched version of my first drink submission to that cocktail competition, by the way. It's called The Local Guide. It's an excellent introduction to bitter flavors. Yes, an aperitif. I have done some gaming every once in a while. The gaming that I've done is generally pretty nostalgic. It's stuff that I grew up with and makes me feel comfortable because I don't have a lot of time for gaming. I appreciate that. Thank you. The gaming that I've done in the past, I've played a lot of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance on stream. Played a lot of Heroes, Heroes of Might and Magic 3, Titan Quest. I played some Rocket League for a while. I don't know if I trust my internet connection well enough with that. Oh, really, Kalino? That sounds really interesting. I would love to read about that. Yeah, that sounds very interesting. I'll have to look out for that. But yeah, lately I've played a little bit of Super Mega Baseball 3, which is a fun game. I have played through Valhalla. Valhalla is a fantastic game, and Opie. One second here. This emote, the Cheers emote, is actually based on the suplex drink from that game. I took an image from that, modified it just a little bit, changed some colors, added the lemon twist in there. But that is the base model of that is the suplex drink in Valhalla. I haven't played through it for a while. It is still one of my top probably 5 game soundtracks of all time. It is so good. Garu did such a good job with that. It is fantastic. But I do appreciate it. I know they're working on a sequel. I think they may have run into some issues and they haven't been able to solve those. I just turned off the music, didn't I? I did. That's alright. That's just straight out. I tried minimizing it and, hey, we could raid Greg from How to Drink. But he's playing Star Citizen and no thank you. Let us... Is Tabatai still on? I would love to rate Tabatai. Bubs is on too. Surprise smoke session. Infectious Karma is on. AFK. Captain Corgi. Glib is on. Yeah, he's live. Go check him out. Greg from HTD is his channel. 100% media. That's just what he really likes to do. He wants it to be so good. Yeah, he doesn't. He sometimes does some behind the scenes stuff, but he doesn't. He's also not really supportive of smaller streamers coming in, and that's fine. Big name person, there's no need. There's no need for him to support people coming in. So, we're going to browse real quick. I'm just scrolling through food and drink. We had a surprise raid come in for us, so why not try to spread that around? And that's okay. I mean, there's no obligation to do that sort of thing, right? Yep, food vids, they're all commercials. Hey, look, it's me, and it's just my apron. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anyone else making cocktails. There is one other person. Let me just see what this person is like. Oh, what did I do? Did I close it? Oh, I pinned it. That's what I did. I don't want to pin it. Unpin. Go away. Thank you. My random Amazon apron. I don't know why this was giving me a static sound. I have to check out my headphones in a little bit. All right, no, we're going to raid this person. Matt After Dark TV is all dressed up, making some cocktails, having a good time. We're all having a good time. Let's go and share some love over to Matt After Dark TV. We're going to see what this is like. Thank you so much for that raid command, Kalino. Go show some love. Let's get this started. Start raid. Surprise raid. Oh, try running the quick action again. Why is the raid not working? There we go. It's working now. Have a wonderful night, everyone. Again, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for the gifts, for the subs, for the resubs. Thank you so much for the donation. You are all fantastic. I will be back again next week. Hopefully everything goes well. Have a wonderful week. I will see you later. Have a great night.